Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is documenting your pre-production for publishing, part of component 2, developing digital media production skills, creative media production, BTEC. Your learning outcome today is to understand how to document your pre-production process for publishing, so the creation of your magazine. The learning objectives must be to be able to understand the pre-production process. You should be able to support your knowledge of the pre-production process by completing pre-production work, and you could be able to develop your own reimaged idea for a media product. This all links to component 2, learning aim A, developing media production skills and techniques, and learning aim B, applying media production skills and techniques. So we've already gone through the brief. Component 2A and component 2B is about identifying techniques, conventions, creating your own idea and re-imaging the basis that you've looked into. Essentially, it's all the pre-production work that goes into creating a product and then refining and developing it through the ways of production. Component 2C is the evaluation, when you look back and reflect on everything. So as a bit of a do now task, put these stages of magazine production into the correct order. Alright, so from start to finish. Remember, that's from start to finish. Pause this video and give yourself a couple of minutes. Okay, so you should have hopefully put them in the correct order. Alright, so concept 1 is is the first stage. Right, this is about designing your magazine within regards to your specific theme. So it could be that you develop a flat pan for this once you've got your initial idea up and running. Then there's content development, right? So the editorial team and the graphic team start to gather concepts that ensure that the magazine reflects the genre. Illustrations, photography is taken, and it's used to complement the stories. The cover story might have also been selected. Then it's on to stage 3, which is design and layout. The graphic designers start to construct the layout of each of the pages of the magazine. Right, this also includes putting editorial and layout together with regards to graphics, any additional advertising that is needed, and then essentially a page order will be formatted to inform the contents page and make sure that's up to scratch. And it's also part of laying out where your adverts for your magazine are going to go, on the basis that they have usually probably paid for a premium spot. So if you notice within magazines, it's all to the right hand side of the page, so advertising tends to be on the right hand side, and you pay a premium for pages such as 3, 5, 7 and 9, which are all on the right hand side. You'll also pay a premium for the back and inside back cover, and obviously the inside of the front cover. So it's quite important that you charge a premium for these, because these are optimum spaces. And then on to stage 4, which is proofing. Alright, so proofing consists of 2 staging, proofing production and final proof. So proofing production, it's sent to the printer, or a digital copy is created and returned to editors to be checked over. And then there is a final proof where magazine staff read through the digital copy of the magazine, finding any errors and where colour can be improved, etc. This, if you've seen Devil Wears Prada, is when she's trying to deliver the book, which is really more of a mock-up, which goes into design and layout, but gives you a bit of context. And then it's on to the printers for it to be physically printed or to be published online, and then off in vans to go to the retailers to be put onto newsstands and sold. So that is essentially the production process that you are going to have to document. All right, you're going to be creating a mind map. All right, this should be hand drawn. Okay, it shouldn't be on a computer, but you can do it on a computer. Just make sure that you take a picture of it to go into your logbook. Then you're going to create a mood board. All right, so mood board reflects the target audience's interests and how your magazine is going to feel. Then you'll do a flat plan to cover all of the pages of your magazine. Don't worry, this is only a 20-page design or a template, and then you will design your front cover, all right, making sure that you add color. Now everything in red in this PowerPoint is going to be what you are required to change, okay, so make sure that you keep that in mind, because that you're going to need to develop in your own way. So to design and come up with a good design for a magazine, you've really got to know front cover, all right? Don't judge a book by its cover is quite a common phrase, but magazines are judged by their front cover. It should be standing out, it should grab people's attention, but it shouldn't be over cluttered, okay? Make sure that it follows other successful formats. Don't ignore the contents page, all right? They are designed so that they so the audience can navigate throughout the magazine. So when it's split down into grouping areas, they know what they're reading, all right? Be clever with color. Keep color minimal. Don't just make it multicolored, unless there's a particular theme that you're going for. But make sure that you're sticking to either a single use to make it look quite classy, or indeed a tri-color use. Make sure that you insert graphics, okay? Insert graphics which are really important. Pictures help to enlighten and allow the audience to visualize what you are trying to communicate. Make sure that you've got nice colors in your pull quotes. Make sure that they're nice. Make sure that your cover lines gives a glimpse of what the magazine is about. Make sure that you are consistent in your look of an overview of the brand. So it should be that your page numbers and little bits of information, maybe your masthead, is all at the bottom of the pages within regards to your flat pan, because it makes it feel as if it is a completely branded magazine. And then finally, make sure that your type looks beautiful, all right? Choosing fonts for your articles should follow a main sort of style, but make sure that they are consistent. You don't want really squiggly writing that the audience can't see. And then finally, don't overcrowd the white space, right? Make sure that there is a balance between the content that you plan to put on the page and the space that surrounds it. So your initial mind map, okay, it should include ideas for mastheads, it should include feature ideas, it should include what colours you're thinking about in terms of appealing to your target audience, what brand image, what fonts are going to potentially look like, what your potential advertisers are going to be that would want to target a teenage audience, issues and interests that reflect your target audience, and a quick portfolio of other interests that your target audience may have. Alright, so once you've done that, you put it into your logbook, and then you just put some thoughts moving forward. So after completing my mind map, I've decided that because June is Pride Month, I'll make sure that I do a Pride edition. This will appeal to both to male and female audiences and reflect the interests of a teenage audience. I'll make sure that I use a popular celebrity who is out as a positive role model that would appeal to my audience, and it will also include features around beauty, fashion, identity, technology and style. This should communicate the idea of fashion and lifestyle. So once you've done that, it is good practice to always make sure that you are putting a bit of a description of what you have done. You're showing the examiner what you have done and why you have completed the production work that you have. So then you probably create a mood board, alright, so they are created specifically for your magazine. It not only reflects the teenage audience, but it also helps you think about the brand image that you are going to need to do and create for your magazine. So you've got your mind map, feeding on from that should be your mood board, alright? Don't judge me, that is someone else's. Then you create a flat plan. Okay, now a flat plan should be a complete plan of your magazine, where you're going to put articles, where you're going to hold advertising, and how you center up and divide up your magazine. All right, so that is an example of a professional one. All right, it's essentially a thumbnail of every single page of your magazine. I've got a worksheet for you which you can download from Teams, and make sure that you follow the advice when creating it. Alright, and then you should have it should look something like this, and should include your contents page. Make sure that you're putting advertisers where you are, and that you're thinking of layouts in terms of how you're going to present double page double page spreads, for example. And things to be aware of when you are planning, all right? Inside, back, front, and inside back cover are always adverts, all right? They are sold as a premium. Your contents page will always be the first or second page of your flat pan, and you should make sure that all of your features are similar so that you're communicating that brand. Once you've done that, you upload it to your logbook and then put it into your thoughts moving forward, why you've done it, and what you have achieved in doing so. So then it comes to your front covers, all right? By taking two pictures, one pre-color and one after color, it's showing how you try to understand the adding of color and what your brand is going to be, all right? So it's really important at this stage that you show it to your intended audience, and make sure that you actually get their feedback. So you might want to create a friendship group on WhatsApp that is made up of teenagers, so people that you are at school with or with friends with, and then by asking them questions. What do you think of the magazine? Would it appeal to you? Would you buy it? What do you think I should change? You gain their feedback, all right, and you judge to whether or not that feedback is valid. So, for example, I put Frida Shaw on the front cover initially, but then I changed it to Tom Daly because after I fed back to the audience, they were like, well, he's really young and he's not out, so if it's a Pride edition, you should make it an out celebrity, which I thought was a really, really good idea. I can do a video for you for this if you want to kind of understand how you should do that. But again, once you've uploaded it and put it on your final design, make sure that you are essentially including and describing the conventions that you have decided on and why you've decided them. Right? So, in your logbook so far, okay, you should have your codes and conventions research page. You should have your identifying skills and techniques page. You should have your layout research page and how you've got and what you're going to achieve for yours. You should have your initial mind map. You should have a mood board. You should have a flat plan, and you should have front cover designs by the end of this lesson. So once you've completed all of this, all right, that's when you start uploading. So your task this lesson is to come up with an initial mind map of your magazine, create a mood board, create a flat pan, and to create the front cover sketch. Now the front cover sketch is what you are going to eventually create. So I hope that's helped. Hope you've enjoyed it, and take care. See you soon. Bye.